All right, so before you're able to start your Early Man project, I'd like you to plan for it. So the way you can do that is go to my website, which is bit.ly/Mr. Fino, MisterFino, and then under projects, select Early Man Comic. All right, so the first thing that we already did, and you should have already done this, was pick your topic. You're picking one of the following big ideas from chapter 2. So the first option you have is prehistoric people learn to adapt to their environment, to make simple tools, to use fire, and to use language. Your second option is as people migrated around the world, they learn to adapt to new environments. And your third option is the development of agriculture brought great changes to human society. Okay, so after you pick your topic and you hopefully did the Padlet where you thought about a 3-sentence sort of storyboard for that topic, you then need to plan your storyboard. Okay, so this is due by the end of the day on Wednesday, October 7th. So you need to stay focused on this within the period that it gets assigned. But what you will do is you'll click here to create your own copy of it, and you'll click make a copy, and it will look like this. Okay, I want you to make sure your title looks like this: Early Man Storyboard by, and then you'll put your name here. So Early Man Storyboard by, then put your name. Okay. Here is where you will write your topic. So that's where you'll write one of these 3 topics that you wanted to do. Okay, so you pick one of these 3 and put it in the spot so you can copy and paste it. That's fine. And then you're going to put how will you turn your topic into a 3-cell comic. So you have to think about how you can turn that topic that you selected into a kind of story in 3 frames, in 3 sentences. Okay, so let me show you what I did here. I did this for chapter 1. Right, I didn't want to do one of the topics you're doing because I wanted you guys to be creative on your own and not get anything from me. So I picked the topic from chapter 1, which was historians use many kinds of clues to understand how people lived in the past. Right, that was one of the big ideas, I believe, from section 1 on studying history. I then took that idea and from it created these 3 sentences kind of that tell a story. All right, so for me, my plan, it goes like this. So how will you turn your topic into a 3-cell comic? The first frame I planned is going to be: archaeologists dig up an 8,000-year-old village in a desert of the Middle East. My second cell will be: historians analyze a special artifact, a scroll with a godlike figure drawn on it. And the third cell: together, archaeologists and historians conclude that this group of people worship a rain god. So these are kind of just general. They're not super specific. I'm going to be more specific when I actually describe my scene down here. Okay. All right. So after you have come up with your basic 3 cells that your comic will look like, then you could go down here to the details of each cell. All right. So cell number 1, cell number 2, cell number 3. And it's important to use as much detail as you can, because when you get onto the storyboard, that program, and you're actually creating a comic strip, you want to have a lot of things to go off of so you can make your comic super detailed. All right, so the questions in each box are: who will be the characters in the cell? What are the characters doing or saying? And what is the setting of this cell? All right, so that's how we're going to design our cell in words before we actually do it with the program. All right, so who will the characters be in the cell? I wrote there will be 2 archaeologists in the cell. They will be carrying special tools used for digging, handling artifacts, and they will look very much like your classic archaeologists. I said think Indiana Jones. So that's kind of out as I want them in. What are the characters doing or saying? The archaeologists are digging up an old-looking site. One will be digging on the ground and discovers the artifact. They will announce their discovery with excitement. The other looks on. Okay. And what is the setting, or where did it take place of the cell? I just said an old-looking village in the desert with dusty-looking buildings. So, I might not be able to fit that setting perfectly, but I'm going to try to create something like that. All right. Describe the scene in the first cell. This will actually go on the comic, so I want to make sure I'm writing writing the scene up in a nice way that sounds good, because this part's going to actually go on your comic strip. All right. So I said a group of archaeologists worked together on a dig site in a Middle Eastern desert. Based on carbon dating, the village discovered is approximately 8,000 years old. Okay. Who will be the characters in this cell? I said, so now we're on the second one, right? I said historian, perhaps working in some kind of office, will be looking closely at the same artifact. Okay. What are the characters doing or saying? I said the historian will be thinking about what she sees on the scroll. She sees the scroll contains a godlike figure on it with rain surrounding him. And what is the setting of this cell? I said an office with a table and the artifact sitting on the top, or maybe she's even carrying it. All right, the description of the second cell is at the University of California, Berkeley. A historian analyzes an artifact discovered at the dig site. Through her observation, she concludes that the people in the village worship the rain god. So you can see these are related, right? These that you came up with up here are related to these, right? It's just this is in more detail, right? Describing the scene. Okay, and then this is the third cell. Characters. One of the archaeologists from the site and the historian from cell 2 will be the characters in this one. So again, one of the archaeologists from cell 1 and the historian from cell 2. What are they doing? The two characters are sitting together in a conference room discussing the implications of their find. And what is the setting? I said a conference room at the table with the artifact sitting in the middle. Or maybe one of them is carrying it, something like that. And maybe a board on the wall with a description of the artifact and hypothesis. It's just another idea. We'll see if I'm able to do that, but it's just a plan for what I'm trying to create. The last description for cell 3 is coming together at Stanford University. One of the archaeologists from the dig and the historian discuss the implications of the find. They believe that the harsh desert climate led the people of the village to pray to their rain god for rain. All right, so in a bit, once you start in the comic, you're going to take these descriptions here and you're going to paste them into your comic strip. And this here is going to help you create your art, right? And that is how you will plan your Early Man comic for your storyboard that. Thank you.